Greetings everybody, Captain Comedy here with another video. For today's video, we're just going to be playing some more Marvel Rivals, I hope everybody has a good day today. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Decided to get a video done out the way so I can do the stuff I have to do later. I don't know who I'll be playing as in Marvel Rivals today, but we'll see. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get myself a water bottle from the kitchen. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, like I said, I really hope everybody has a good day today, a blessed day today. Yeah, let's see. Marvel Rivals, I have been playing it since the new season. I like the new maps and everything. So far, I only think I played on like the new map like twice, and I still got some old ones, like from like a previous season. Because I don't think, like from like the original, like when you get the maps, it's all randomized. So I don't know. But yeah, like I said, hope everybody has a good day today, a blessed day. God is good. Jesus died on the cross, and rise from the dead 3 days later. Died for our sins. So yeah. Honestly, I don't know what to say when it comes to like certain things when I do videos now anymore. But I'll do my best to make some small talk, and then I might talk about Jesus and God because I'm a Christian, but I'm not a good Christian. I feel like I'm lukewarm throughout times, so I need to improve on that. And I'm ashamed. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I'm just ashamed that's the way that I am. But day by day, everything will be better. Just I don't know. I feel like I might just talk, maybe about the world and about Jesus, if that's okay with y'all. If you don't want to watch the video today about it, that's completely fine. But I would like to talk about this, if that's okay. Like I said, I'm sorry if you don't like this type of stuff, but I will talk about it and make videos about it with gaming and not gaming. But I'll put it on the thing, the title card when I post this video. Let's see, go here. As you can see, I got this banner. Let's go to competitive. Let's see if we can get it to bronze 1. I see I have enough to get a skin. Let me know if I should buy a skin. Like I have enough to get the Captain America one, which I know is like limited edition. The thing is, I don't play Captain America a lot. Let's see the bundle. It's no way. That's not right. I just want one, not both. Oh, let me go to shop, store. Did I? No, I should be able to buy it individually, not together in bulk. Guess it's not available. Buy it individually this time, unless you buy it from the bundle it's provided. I'm not seeing it. But yeah. Yeah, let's just talk and stuff like that. Let's see. For me, I'm a Christian. I focus on the Bible, from what I read of the Bible and understand of the Bible. And then I'll be Venom. Venom's like my number 1 tank. I think he's like the tank that I have like 4 hours, maybe 5 hours on, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah. When it comes to stuff like this, I just basically read the Bible, pray daily, and then just focus on what God says to do, and I don't really focus on the world. But like right now, I feel like the world is in a bad place right now, for it's teaching you that certain things are okay and some things you can and cannot do, which I do not agree with. Now, a lot of people say, oh, it's been mistranslated, it's been different times, or or we live in a modern society now. Yeah. Oh yeah, when it comes to this bundle, let me know if I should get it. When it comes to, I think it's Thor, Loki, Luna Snow, and a thing. But like, I feel like, for example, if like, let's say, hey, this company is doing this for like certain reasons, right? And it's like, oh, we shouldn't support this company. Well, you can do what you want when it comes to like certain things, but I recommend just simply focusing on God. Like, I know it's good, and the Bible like tells you to like we shouldn't like ignore sin and stuff. But like we should also keep in mind there's only so much that we can do. For evil will not go unjust. Even as us as humans, we know this is bad. We should like, speak up, saying, "Hey, I'm not trying to be hateful, but it's like, hey, this goes against what God, your heavenly Father, thinks. So it's probably best to not do that because we're helping. Because like, think of it. You're trying to save a soul, right? Now, you wouldn't just like allow something bad to happen knowing you could have fixed it, right? No, you would have been like, hey, like I'm trying to help you, and like many people don't appreciate that. It's like, hey, I'm not trying to be criticizing when it comes to your life and such. I'm just trying to help you in a way that maybe you don't understand now, but you understand later. Like for example, growing up, I don't like the way my parents raised me. You know, I'm old school. I'm living in an old school Christian household. And I was like, oh, why can't I do this? Why can't I do this? Or why can't I watch this? And now I understand. Like, I understand now. I'm very thankful that my parents raised me as such, you know? Because I would have been like, totally different. And that would have been against God, you know? So, even though, like, now, you may not see it. Nope. Ooh. Oh, I was gonna say, I was gonna be alive. Not anymore. And... for example, I don't remember the verse, but I know there's a verse that we should guard our heart and eyes, right? I believe it's also, I think it's eyes and ears, which is for like, basically saying, hey, we shouldn't like do certain things, we should watch certain things, and so forth, right? Which I feel like that's been going on for a while. Hold up, let me use my ult. Get these two healers. I know I can get this one at least. Hopefully. Nope. Let me just do that. No, I don't know. But like, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, and I'll make a different video about this. But it's like, I feel like we shouldn't keep quiet about this, because like as a Christian, I feel like if we talk about like this stuff today's day and age, people think, oh, you're being political, which I'm not. I'm just trying to be helpful. Like, I'm trying to help you. I'm not trying to hurt you. Which I feel like a lot of people think we are hurting on purpose, which I can see that. But it's like, that's not our goal. That's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to help you. We're trying to save you. Even though you don't like what we're saying, it's the truth. Because, well, if you think about it, the stuff that you're doing, even if you do not put God in front of it, some people can be like, well, yeah, even without God, Jesus Christ, or Christianity or anything, it's like, that doesn't seem right in general. Like, I feel like with the certain... oh, I accidentally used this. But, like, with certain things in today's day and age, where it's like, oh, the way the movies are, shows are, I feel like... does anybody else feel like it's just a bunch of politicalness and, like, agendas, sociality, ideology, and, like, a bunch of stuff that's, like, being shown into this stuff? Because I'm like, that's not the same character that I used to grow up with, or it's not the same company I used to grow up with, you know? And I'm like, yeah, I don't remember that. Like, I don't remember this character being like this, or anything, really. Hey, there's hey, there we go. Hopefully that hella doesn't see. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, Spider-Man. I thought it was Squirrel Girl for a second. That was a waste. That was a waste! That was a waste of an ult! Aw. And that was a waste of a... What do you even call that? I'm just gonna put dive, a dive attack, basically. Let's dive. Wait, did everybody die over here? Wait. That's why I was like rushing in, because they would have died. Or wouldn't have died or stuff, you know? Yeah, like I said, I just feel like the world, today, day and age, is a lot different. And I understand now, old people saying, well, back in my day. Well, now I feel like I'm saying back in my day, even though it's like, well, I'm only 21. But I feel like it's just not good, the way we're living. I'm just trying to destroy that so I can swing in and not, like, mess this up. Okay, gotta get the healers. But I can't do that. And I suck. No, hold up. I'm barely doing any damage, barely doing anything. At least I'm blocking somewhat, you know? And I feel like what we should be doing is, I believe the word is called repenting, which is to not, like, accept this. We should, like, be like, hey, that's not good, and, like, stuff like that. But people don't want to hear the truth, and that's normal, you know? A lot of people do not like hearing the truth or being told what to do at all. But you gotta remember, like I said, I grew up just figuring out, hey, like, why can't I watch this show? Like, it's just a show, right? People don't really think much about it. Hey, let me just watch my favorite show. Like, and it has no meaning or anything, really. But in reality, there's a lot of stuff that's in it that you probably wouldn't notice. Like, for example, Rick and Morty. I loved Rick and Morty back in high school and middle school and stuff like that, you know? My first time, like, what, 2016? Yeah, I think nothing much about it. That's like the funny jokes and everything, the humor and what it had to offer and everything. But then, where I am now, I realize, hey, that's not something God would like. Because, for example, it mocks God. Rick Sanchez doesn't like God, doesn't believe in God. And I wouldn't watch a show that's gonna, like, harm my God, you know? Or who thinks it's okay to make fun of God. Because it's not. It's like putting blasphemy on your father. Like, think of it as, like, you just hated your parents and you never needed them and all that type of stuff. Or you would get everything from them, but then when it's time to do, like, I don't know, it's like you're just not being good to your parent. Or to the person that raised you. And I don't think that's right. Now, there's a lot of shows a lot of people like to watch today's day and age, which I don't. I stopped watching, like, basically shows and a lot of stuff, really. Since, I don't know when, I kind of feel like shows are not bad and good at the same time, where it's like, hey, this can be good for you, this can be bad for you, and then it's like, well, you gotta remember, I live in America, and the objective is to, you know, to basically save up, buy a house, have a family, you know, live the American dream and so forth, right?
I am ready to put on a show.
But the thing is, though, it's getting impossible with today's day and age. Like, back 50 years ago, you could have done that. Where today's day and age, you can't even buy a house, an apartment, nothing. I feel like in today's day and age, it's more of convenience than long-term, or it's more convenient to do this, or it's more convenient to just do certain things and stuff like that, you know? Even though, let's say, I could never afford a home, it doesn't matter if I can have a home or an apartment, because I'm blessed the fact that I have loving parents that can take, you know, I'll take care of them, take care of me, like I help them, they help me. and stuff like that, because as long as I have God, it doesn't matter. Because in today's day and age, I also feel like you only focus on worldly things. Like for example, people want like the best home. Like there's nothing wrong with that, having a home, nice area, nice dream. Like for me, if I could have a place to live, I would want to live on a ranch because it reminds me of Mexico. You know, big property, you can have animals and chickens and stuff, and you can, like for me, I believe that for me, as a man, my objective is to.
Scarlett, what's against her?
No, I'm on that last
Like, I believe that it's my job to protect and provide for. That's what I'm here for. I'm not supposed to be weak, feminine, or anything like that. I believe that I'm supposed to protect the weak. Like, if I see my parents in trouble, I help them out to the best of my ability. If you see the elderly, you help the elderly. If you see kids, people, adults, anybody, you help them out. Now, they may not appreciate it. They may not like the fact that you're helping out and so forth. But that's just how life is. Like, I try to help people a lot by telling them about Jesus and saying, nah, I don't recommend doing that.
C and D,
But like I said, a lot of people just don't want to hear about God. Understandable. But it's like you're gonna need to hear God, because God is our one and only true religion. But a lot of people say religion, but I say it's a belief, because you have faith in this. It's not something you just obey orders and then there you go. Everything's gonna be fine. It never normally is. So I believe as long as you follow God and obey the rules. Now, I feel like that's probably not a good word or way of phrasing it.
Please don't spot. Please.
Nope. I thought there was a healing thing, but it's not. Should I? Yeah. I don't want to switch off tank. Let's switch off tank. We got one tank. Yeah, let's be this and let's be Scarlet.
There's no reason to be
Alright, well, Spidey's a little bitch, so I'm done.
Yeah, they have Scarlet, so I'll be Scarlet. But like I was saying, I don't.
What you doing that too?
nice work, Nemo.
Nope. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, like, I'm not very good at talking or explaining. I just believe that the way we live in now is just not good. It's like, hey, if your father says this is bad and this is bad, like, it's for me, this is how I see it. Like, I'm a man, born a man, I'm not anything else. I don't understand how the world works in today's day and age, where I have to say, like, I'm a cis man, or this is how it works and so forth. But I'm like, hey, I do not remember any of this existing, but it probably has since before COVID. Like, I just remember just came out of nowhere, like, throughout COVID. But I feel like it's my job is to, you know, be a man, provide, protect, stand up for those who can't really, and, you know, just protect, because that's what I'm supposed to be doing. I wouldn't be feminine, I wouldn't wear makeup, I wouldn't do certain things, I wouldn't dress a certain way, because people say it's by society, which I'm not sure on myself, because I mainly focus on what the Bible tells me versus the world. Like, I understand that the world is bad for different various reasons, but I feel like people are losing on what has to be done or how things should be done.
Ready to put on a show.
Like right now, I feel like a lot of people are just misusing the Bible by saying certain things, certain quotes, or rewording it to the way it has to be, which, to be honest, I never fully completed the Bible. Like, never. I read throughout it, but I never finished it. But right now, I'm past Kings, I know that much. Is it Corinthians? Somewhere around there I am. Can't remember. I literally just read it this morning, can't remember. I don't have the best memory.
Chaos control.
Where's Spider-Man? Spider-Man was here somewhere. Did I just lag my way through here? Nope, nope. What up? But yeah, that's how I feel like things should be in a way. Like I said, I know this is just random words and like mumbo jumbo. Like I'm not really on point. That's just how I do things. I'll explain things a certain way. I don't think I can ever properly get on point when it comes to certain topics.
Hey, fuck you, Spider.
Oh, it's just me. Nope. I'm not winning that. I can try, I ain't winning. But yeah. I just feel like the world is good and bad. And we're losing the definition of right and wrong. And we're more focusing on certain agendas, sociality, ideology, and so forth. And it's like, well, even if you have stuff, for example, like let's say, hey, I'm wrong, the Bible's wrong, this has always existed throughout time, for like the longest time, right? And I'm like, stuff can have always have existed throughout history, but like it doesn't make what's happening right. Please! Yeah, like I'm saying, something can have existed throughout hundreds and hundreds of years, saying, oh, this exists, we support that, or whatever the case may be. True, it can have existed throughout time itself, but then remember, sin has also existed throughout time itself. You have to remember that if you are going to come to God and Jesus, the thing is though, you can come how you are. Like for example, let's say you're an alcoholic, right? And you have a drinking problem, you lost your home, family, whatever the case may be, right? Let's see. What does this do? I never figured out. What does this do? Like, it's cool and all, but like I still don't understand. Do I have to use it with like a Mr. 4? Yeah, because aren't I supposed to get this for free? Then I have to pay to unlock these two? Yeah, because I'm gonna get all this stuff free. I get that skin, and then this, which I might have to buy later. Let's play again. Like I said, for example, you can come into this as an alcoholic, you lost everything and all that, but then you wouldn't stay an alcoholic, would you? Because you entered with a bunch of problems, and then by fixing your life and changing it to follow and serve God, you're going to leave your old lifestyle behind. And we have to do that daily. That's why in the Bible and with Jesus, you're supposed to die and be reborn daily to serve the Lord. Because we do not focus on the world. Now, it is nice and good to care about the world, like with politics, the wars that are going on, everything. It's not bad. But then again, it's not good.
The right heroes could make
Because we're focusing so much on something that you're idolizing it, when you should be focusing on God. Speed Cloak and no, it's probably Luna Snow. Because if I'm gonna buy that skin, I'm gonna learn to get better at Luna Snow. Which I don't think I don't think I'm even good at Luna Snow. We'll see. After this, we'll figure out how long I played at Luna Snow. Probably like an hour, maybe. But we idolize so much in this world. Now think about it. We used to live in a time where cell phones did not exist, right? Like Labubu's did not exist. Now, for example, with everything that's going on, it's fine and normal to care and stuff, but it's probably not the best thing to care. If you're saying, hey, why don't you support this, or why don't you get involved in this? But I'm like, I pray through God. I can do everything that you're trying to tell me to do worldly, but it's not really the best choice. Like you're thinking by doing a certain thing that's gonna help, which it might, but it's probably not the best option, because when we focus on through God, God will help us. You have to have faith in God. Like for example, like I was saying earlier about phones and stuff. We focus so much on our phones because phones did not exist for a certain time period, right? Okay, yeah, I'm saying, do you have a squirrel girl on your team? Because that's what I'm being targeted by. Nope.
Okay, full back strange. You're in really deep. Uh-oh.
For example, like cell phones. Cell phones, social media didn't exist for a long period of time, right? Like before the 90s, we didn't have any of that. We ain't got no touchscreen, we didn't have no Twitter, we had no Facebook, we didn't have Instagram, we didn't have Snapchat, we didn't have nothing, right? Nothing. And what do? We still talk about Christ, we do things in person and so forth, right? Like we care, but we don't do it the way that a lot of people think it's necessary.
Man, that sucks. I feel
Now, I feel like a lot of people focus on social media thinking, oh, if I talk about this on social media, that's like the one way to do it, right? Like it's nice to spread the word and everything, and that's why like protests and like are good and bad, because there's peaceful ones
Good job,
and
everyone.
there are bad ones and all that. But you gotta remember, are you idolizing this protest, what we're doing online,
Attacking from.
that this is gonna solve it, or is having faith in God gonna solve everything? Because I feel like we misuse technology for a lot of things. Like for example, like the media today,
What does the C ability do?
when it comes to a lot of things, I feel like it's not good.
Oh, okay. I should be using my C.
I am ready to put on a show.
Like it's not bad. Like I don't know how to explain it. Like for example, we used to have social media back then. Like, oh yeah, it's gonna be the best way to help out on certain things, you know? It's gonna like, help spread the truth, spread awareness, help and everything and so forth, right? Which is not bad, but look where we are now, where we are really, really misusing it. It's the fact that we're pushing sociology, ideology, and a bunch of stuff that's like anti-Christ. Same with music. Music is good and bad. You gotta be careful to what you listen to. Like for me, I stopped listening to music a long time ago. Like, I won't say a long time ago, but I just stopped listening to music like just in general. Like when I have the radio on in the car, nah.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Like I wouldn't
Got our asses kicked.
listen to it because, like, for example, if you think about it, growing up, I never understood the lyrics, right? Nobody did. We just thought, oh, it's catchy. Oh, like I learned how, like, from that song, everybody, like, oh, let me show you how to whistle. Like, I didn't think nothing about that. I just thought, oh, I'm learning how to whistle, you know? Hey, everybody, this is how you do it, you know?
Oh, shit,
That was
hold
not
on.
about whistling. And then, I don't know why, but is it me, or does it feel like every type of song like no matter who it is, it's normally about like certain things, like heartbreak with your ex-partner, money, struggles, and all that. It's always the same. And I feel like it's just the same thing. It's like pushing messages. Because if you keep listening to the same thing, politics, music, shows, you're gonna believe in that, right? So that's why I stopped listening to music. Because it's like not good. Like the messaging and everything. I don't think God will approve of this lifestyle. They're trying to show you that this is how you're supposed to deal with things, and so forth, right? And then that's why I feel like with social media, we kind of went downhill on that. Because like now we're just posting stuff that's not good. Or I feel like for young people, because young people get influenced a lot. Like this might be a touchy subject for all of y'all, which I'm sorry, but this is the way I feel and this is my opinion. But for example, the LGBTQ is something that I feel like just came out of nowhere since COVID. Like people may call me crazy for that, but like I didn't grow up with social media. Like I didn't deal with that. I was just a kid being a kid. Like I only cared about like I had a phone, but not like one with service. It was just, oh yeah, I just have a cell phone just because, you know, my parents didn't even have a cell phone as a kid, but I still got one anyway. They just had no service on it. And I would just play offline games, you know, like Where's My Water, Angry Birds, and stuff like that, right? Now, during COVID, that was in high school, right? I was a sophomore during my COVID years. I was a junior, and then I came back and I was a senior, right? Now, the thing, though, about that is I just remember out of nowhere, because I don't follow trends, you know, I was just a kid. I had social media for memes, and all I was posted memes from, like, iPhone, right? And all of a sudden, I just saw pronouns, and I was confused. I'm like, is this a trend? Like, I didn't understand it. I just, like, out of nowhere, like, a lot of people that I followed at school just had it. Like, I had no, like, I was just confused. I didn't question, like, oh, it's just a trend. Like, you know, like, I didn't think a second thought about it, you know? And then it got a bit more and more. Well, I'll see about that. I'm like, oh, that's just, you know, them doing them, you know. That's what they're doing. It's their lifestyle. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then I feel like it has gone more and more and more throughout the years. That even movies are not the same anymore. Because I feel like they're just somewhat pushing of an agenda. Like I said, I'm sorry if you don't like this opinion, but that's why I feel like it from what I am seeing. That I'm like, hey, that's not the same cartoon I used to watch. Or like they remastered it, or certain movies and shows have like a certain agenda. It's not the same. Like, for example, like I wouldn't watch the new stuff because I'm like, hey, like example, Toy Story. I watch Toy Story. I'm like, hey, the Lightyear movie. I'm like, that's not the Buzz I grew up with. It's not the same, you know. Because when you see like another movie and you see like, hey, that's one of my favorite characters. Oh yeah, I'm just like automatic gonna watch it because you're like, hey, if I watched this back when I was growing up, it's gonna be even greater now. So you got like a lot more animation, a lot more advancement, but it's like, no, we went backwards. And then I don't know, it's just not the same. The messaging, you know, they're pushing on, and I'm like, hey, we don't need all this and all that. Like, a lot of movies flop because it was more of, instead of good story writing, it was more on pushing, like, I don't know what the right word is for this. I guess, like, politics in a way, in a politic type manner. Oh, let me jump on top of here because it's squirrel girl. Oh. I don't know, I just feel like it's just not the same. And for me, I feel like we should just not do any of that or look into that because that goes against what God wants us to do. We should protect our ears and eyes and heart because a lot of people are doing this and it may not be right, or may be right to some people, and it's like, well, our heart, eyes, and ears always deceives us because of the world. So we should be focusing on what God says that is good, even though it may feel like it's the correct thing to do. It's probably not the correct thing to do because we are always being deceived, and we must die daily to be saved. So for me, I just read my Bible now, and I just focus on God. Like, you can do stuff. It's just you gotta be careful. Like, I don't really do shows really anymore, unless it's like anime. But even then, I'll probably watch an episode like during my lunch break, and then like that's really it. Maybe after old, no. But I don't know. Like, I feel like, I'm sorry, is that Iron Man lagging or is that I'm lagging? I'm lagging, I don't know. It's always a GPU. I don't know what I gotta change in my settings and stuff. Huh? Like, if I see something in the world, I'm gonna be like, hey, that's not right. You know, like, I wouldn't encourage that. I'll probably say, hey, you can do that, but like, I'm not encouraging that. Like, I'll probably say, hey, it's not a good idea, and I'll give them reasoning in the Bible. But like I said, a lot of people don't like it when you tell them anything about the Bible because they think it's hatred, toxic, and stuff like that. But it's like it's because I'm not doing it because I hate people. I'm doing it because I don't want to see them suffer in hell. A lot of people don't believe in hell or heaven. But it's like, if you love somebody enough,
Is were the issue that after they
you would keep
wiped us,
telling them over and over again, even though like, hey, I'm not trying to hurt you, I'm trying to help you. Like, for example, when I first started driving, my dad will like tell me and complain, saying, hey, you shouldn't drive like this or do this, and so forth, right? But I didn't care, I was younger, I was a kid, I was stupid. I was like, nah, I want to drive like this is how I drive. But I'm like,
we need a second tank.
second tank? Cool. If I do this, even though I'm not doing much damage, at least I'm blocking it so my team can get through, And now that I'm looking back at it, I'm like, hey, I'm glad my dad told me this is how you should drive because, well, he was trying to help me, protect me in case I get into an accident, in case, something goes wrong.
Just water spit does damage now? He did not eat this up.
And yeah, like, some people may look back into it and it's like, hey, my dad was right. I should not have driven like that. I was an idiot. I was young. And I still am young today. But at least I'm more mature than half the people my age, How? And for example, that's exactly what I'm telling people about the Bible. It doesn't. For example, my dad told me how to drive. I ignored it. Time later, as I grew older, I'm like, yeah, my dad was right. I should listen to him. And that's exactly how it works. We simply would offer the seed, which is like, hey, you may not like God now, but if I talk to you about it now, you can probably look into it later. Because there might be a time in your life where you're like, hey, my life's not doing good right now, and whatever the situation it may be, it's not going to look good, right? And then you're going to think back, be like, I remember something about, like, God, like, the solution, and everything, right? So it's like, look back into it, and then you might find God. Like, for example, I grew up in an old school fashion Christian home, I was born and raised Catholic, and then I looked back into it. I stopped being Catholic. I converted to Christianity instead. And then I stopped being Christian, like a lukewarm Christian, at least. Like, I didn't stop. I was like, oh, I know the tradition, so that's more than enough. But no. I should stop and actually read the Word, understand the world, and have a relationship with God. Because you can do good all your life. You can pray, you can donate, help people,
Oh, I get it.
preach the word, and you still wouldn't get to heaven because you're not preaching the gospel. Because you can live your perfect life. But tell me, did you help anybody? Like, we're not worldly. Like, for example, people think the politics and everything is like the benefit. But in reality, it's like, well, how many people's souls did you save? You saved them worldly, but did you save them spiritually?
A little help, please.
And I feel like that's what we're abusing on social media, with politics, protests, which, like I said, it's not bad. Like, you're spreading your voice. But the thing is, though,
Thanks, wait,
It's the
thanks.
greatest thing happening again.
Oh, why'd you ult? That wasn't necessary.
I am ready to put on a show.
at least we got the Phoenix. We should ignore the seller? Probably not. So that's what we do. We spread the word, help people. You know, they don't want help, at least I'll be able to spread the word. Think about it. Like, for example, there's like, I remember seeing a post somewhere that there was a Christian, right? And she was homeless. And she made ends meet. And a person saying, hey, like, you want, like, money? And, like, you want to buy, like, a beer or something? Because the person thought, well, you're homeless, you must, like, you know, have an addiction. Or, like, I don't know, like, that person, like, generally
Alright, we
didn't know
this
what to do,
damn
right?
3 healer thing. I gotta go DPS.
And then she was like, hey, I don't need any of that, I do appreciate it, but I have God, and I have faith. Even though she is homeless, she has lost everything, doesn't matter. She, like, it's sad that, like, hey, you got no family, friends, or anything. You can be all alone in the world, and everybody hates you, or nobody's there for you. Doesn't matter. God is there for you. Your heavenly Father is there for you, and it's gonna hurt because your heart tells you one thing, but your spirit will tell you another. Can I get a little snow? Probably not. Yep, at least I got a little snow. Good enough for me. So, like I said, I feel like I never completely finished the topic, but I believe you should just focus on the Word of God. A lot of people think they're misinterpreting it, different day and age, toxic, so forth, whatever you want to call it. Probably not the best. I don't support a lot in this world, so people would rather listen to what a person on social media would say versus the Bible. I feel like, well, does that align with God? A lot of people saying, oh, it does. You know, I feel like most of the time it doesn't. But like I said, we live in a different world. People read the Bible how they interpret it, and hopefully we can all agree that this is bad regardless of, like, for example, a lot of people will say mixed fabrics. Oh, like, for example, where the Bible says abortion is bad, right? Because it is. We're killing off one of God's children. And that can be a touchy subject. Because it's like, oh, what about with consent, without consent, age, and everything? And I'm like, I understand most of that. But it's like, I still don't know much enough to help you. I just know abortion is bad. You should have faith in it, regardless if you have the understanding to the answer or not. And it's like, I don't know. Like, I genuinely do not know, or how to, like, an actual politics type answer. Because for me, well, God says this is bad. It's bad. Do I really have an answer to help you with that? No. But I feel like we should just have faith in that. And then people will be like, oh, if you have faith in that, then why don't you have faith in stuff like you can't wear mixed fabrics, or you can't eat 2 types of meat, like pork and stuff? And then it's like, well, yeah, there is Old Testament that you follow and Old Testament that you do follow, do and don'ts. You just gotta, like, read within the text, right? Like, for example, a lot of people would,
Ice lady right behind you. Can you turn around? Thank you.
okay, 2 teams.
Behind you.
I need a healing.
I got. I say we're doing
Loki,
pretty
can
good.
you turn around?
Down to 30 seconds. Get that music.
Loki?
I say just have faith, keep doing it, and people would be like, well,
Please
what about the
heal me.
fabrics and the
Fucking
meat?
hell.
Well, I remember that was a time where it was a crime.
Whoever the fuck switched to healer after our first round, well, I was already healer,
I
because
am ready to
holy
put on a
shit.
show.
And yeah, like that was a time back then. And people say, well, if that was a time back then what my argument was earlier should be wrong too. It was like I said, yes and no. Like I genuinely do not know how to answer that, and I wish I could. I really do. And there are people that have been there that says, oh, I've studied for like so many years, right? And saying abortion's wrong. And I can understand that. You studied this for like 20 years.
Hell yeah, he's my old.
But there are some things that regardless of how much you study, it's probably not the best because you think about it through God and Jesus' way versus understanding through your own. And then I guess that's really it. And then let's see.
Oh,
I don't know. I just feel like the world we live in today is not the same as we grew up with. And I don't know. There's a lot of stuff happened throughout the years. I feel like we're living in a world where it's telling you that it's okay for me. Hold up. Should I change roles? Question mark. Like for example, it would be about to who?
I'm not playing tank. I'm not a good tank.
Round 3, go.
Yeah, no, I'm DPS for support.
You'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
You must take some of your chaos protocol. Not even a touch.
No, just stay tank. Just stay tank.
I think you know quite enough about chaos as it is.
Someone forced me off of my support role.
Battle starts in 5,
Just through support. It doesn't work.
3, 2,
I was originally Ultron, and I was kind of doing top DPS as
securing
Ultron.
the mission area. Only 60 seconds.
What was I saying earlier? I completely forgot.
Don't overextend. Just defend the point. That's all we have to do. That's all we have to do.
So it begins.
They're flanking. They're taking the flank.
Like for example, I feel like I remember now. People would be like, "Hey, it's okay for a man to be, feminine. It's okay for us to wear makeup. It's okay for us to do this and this and this." Which for me, I would have to disagree on because it is my role as a man to be protective, sacrifice, and stuff like that. Now, people can say that's toxic, whatever types of words they are, but I would still be like, no.
And that worked.
Current score is
But I wouldn't do that
2.
because the Bible says this is how a man's supposed to be and act.
Which side you're on?
Like throughout the Bible, and I can't. I'm very bad at memory. Can't do verses, and
You'll need a top-notch team to
stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, use portal to go straight to
But like I would still do what I'm supposed to do. People can say it's something throughout history and a label and so forth, which I don't know if it's true or not because I don't really do research on a lot of stuff. But for me, it's like, well, I wouldn't do it. It's my job to protect, help out people, be strong, be leader
Focus on that, like, little
type stuff. Because look at it.
upper ledge. That's
I guess I'm sorry if I'm being rude or mean by not trying to be.
Some elevation to work with.
But it's like, think about it. It's something that we do of certain roles that we help out and do something because as a father, in the Bible it shows that we're supposed to
Worth checking this place.
provide for the family and protect the family and protect everybody in need. That is our role. That's why we are built different than women, I believe. Now, 'cause I'm sorry if I'm being rude or offensive. I'm not trying to be. So if I am, I'm terribly sorry. And then, like I said, a lot of people don't like this, but it's like, well, I feel like a woman's job is to be a mother, right? And I say, I'm sorry, I don't want to offend anybody. I really don't. And then it's like, what do? You protect by teaching, right? You teach the family. You know, you teach, care, and so forth, just like my mom did, you know? My dad protected us, he made sure we were safe and everything. He did what he had to do to provide for the family and so forth. And then my mom would, you know, teach me, hey, this is good, this is bad. And, you know, she helped me become the person I am today, which I'm highly thankful for. I'm raised old school, and I am old school. I just feel like I'm thankful the way I'm taught versus the way the world is, where there's no such thing as structure and layout, where people think that is wrong in these certain things, which I believe that there should be structure. As the world is, there is no structure, everything's loose, anything means anything now, and so forth, right? So like I said, I'm sorry, but if I hurt anybody's feelings, I just didn't mean to. It's just, this is how I feel in the Bible, and like I said, I'm not good at explaining. I didn't mean to offend anybody in any way, shape, or form. I'm sorry if I did. My deepest apologies. But it's just like my conversation that I gotta have. It's like as Christians and so forth, and how we live. I don't know, man. And I'm gonna go back to one thing, like I was saying about cell phones. We lived in a time without cell phones, right? And I feel like at that time period, it's probably a lot better. Because at least people knew what to do, they had structure and everything. Now think about it. Now, I feel like all we rely on is nothing but tech, right? We are evolving, but we're not. Now, people can say, what do you mean? Well, think about it. We use our phones every day to our convenience, right? Back in the day, we had to do things through paperwork and everything. It's the same method, but are we really evolving? I feel like it's like the same thing over and over again. Now, instead of doing everything physically on paper, we're doing everything digitally. Which, if we were to survive a time then, we should do it better now. Which we are. But I just feel like it's just different. It's like the same but different. I don't know how to explain it. But like I said, as a Christian, I'm sorry if I never went on the proper topic, but I feel like you should just focus as much as you can as in the Word of God, not the world. And I feel like as long as we keep believing in the world, that's not gonna do good. Now people can hate me for this, and people are not gonna support me on this, but I feel like we are supposed to say that the world is wrong. Like, as everything it is going on right now, with everything and anything, there's gonna be pros and cons to both sides, pros and cons to anything you want to talk about. But we gotta remember to have faith in God. For it's nice to do all this when it comes to the world, because this is our home. But you gotta remember, this is our temporary home. Like for me, I'm not really into all this stuff when it comes to the world. Now, I'm gonna play one more match, quick match. No, one more match, bronze, so I can continue talking. But think of it like this. What's a good thing? Let's go with like politics in a way, you know? You got Team Red, Team Blue. Now, I feel like it doesn't matter if you're Team Red nor Team Blue. They both have different point of views, and I've seen it, and I've looked into it. Where I changed my algorithm on social media to both sides to figure out how y'all act and everything. Which I'm not really a fan.
Anyone stands in my way, they will be standing much longer.
And that's why I feel like you should just be focusing on God versus focusing on the world, you know?
Anyone stands in my way.
Now, for example, the topic would be like for example, I'm gonna go talk about the book series Harry Potter. Now, I grew up with Harry Potter, you know. I grew up with Percy Jackson, Lightning Thief and other book series, you know, like Goosebumps, American Chiller, so forth, right? When I was a kid, I didn't know anything about anything, right? I just read the books because I liked the books. And then I didn't read them no more because I'm not one of the kids. But I would read them again. Like, I would voluntarily go to, like, Walmart and buy the books, you know? Or shop on Amazon, you know? And then I'm looking back onto this and people will be like, oh, you're doing something wrong. And I'm like, I don't understand. These are books. What's wrong with them? And then it's like, oh, the author hates these types of people. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. Like, I knew she didn't like the organization, but I didn't think she didn't like that type of people like that much, you know? And I literally didn't know about this until I literally, like I said, I changed my algorithm. The other day. Oh, that is overpowered. That I just. When did he get a buff? When did Wolverine get the type of buff? Is that, huh? I'm pretty sure it has to do with like the Phoenix thing, huh? But like I was saying, like I didn't know this because I didn't do research on it. Like, and people were saying, well, you should care, you should be doing your research. And I'd be like, well, it's a book series that I literally haven't read since I was a kid. I want to get back into reading it. But you know, book a lot in the world, I just want to relax and read a book. Like, I'll still pray to the Lord, I'll still obey the Lord. And growing up, there was debates about, oh, you can't read Harry Potter as a Christian. Yes and no, and I can understand that, because think about it. A lot of people don't like the fact that there is magic in it, which will make people believe, oh, you're going to fall under witchcraft. You can read it, there's no problem with this. As long as you understand that you cannot do that, and that is not right. For example, there's magic in Harry Potter. You cannot do magic. It's not real, you know? So if you read Harry Potter and you get into black magic, well, that's why you shouldn't read it. But if you're reading it and understanding, hey, yeah, it's not right, it's not true, that's different, you know? Can I get a little snow, please? This is doing a lot better as Wolverine, somewhat. And like I said, I didn't know anything about this. I literally did not know about this until I changed the algorithm. And that I feel like that thing is that it's still going on to this day, even though this is probably an old topic. I'm like, who knows how long. And I'm like, well, see, I feel like we're focusing on the wrong things. You're focusing a lot on this. Which can be good and bad for various reasons, but it's like, hey, was it a benefit that I now understood this, and now you want me to partake in something? But there's a lot of stuff that happens in this world, and I didn't know about it. Now you're saying because this exists and this topic exists, that I should be focusing my undivided attention to this? I don't think so, because, well, this... I don't understand. So, like, is this like something that God tells me, hey, focus on this? I feel like regardless, like, my life never changed before this and never changed after this. So it's like, okay, like I understand, but there's like a bunch of stuff in this world, you know, a lot of stuff. So it's like, it's good to care. I'm not saying it's not. Like I said, it's just like, well, am I supposed to do something? Like there's like, I feel like no matter what you participate in and how much it is, I feel like you're just never gonna win on either side, you know? So even though what she may not doing may not be good in certain people's opinions, it's like, well, so you're telling me I gotta stop reading this series and I should like completely not buy this or do anything involving it? Or it's like, does that make me a bad person because I had the book series throughout like middle school, like up to middle school, and then I donated them, and then it's like, nah, I'm gonna rebuy them and stuff like that. Switch. Switch. Yeah, like, see, I feel like that's like idolizing the world when it comes to like politics. Just bully the tank. Sir, yes, sir. Did I get him? I feel like I didn't, or somebody else did. Nope, somebody got him else. Oh, was it me? I'm not sure. And like I said, we're focusing on the world. We're idolizing something that happens throughout the world. Even though it may be a good topic, and maybe not be a good topic, it's that we should be focusing on God. What will God do? Because that book series is just something of the world. Same with phones. We never had phones back at a certain time period. The fact that we're focusing on this, like, it's a priority. Like, we need to focus on it, the phone, the company who makes the phone, and so forth. Well, tell me, did that make you get closer to God? Did that help you save a soul? Anything? If anything, I'd be like, hey, we should probably not focus on that topic. How about we just simply I don't know, just not. Because now that I know about this, I'm like, alright, I know this is the topic. I know exactly why these people do not like that author and so forth. For me, it's like, well, that didn't change my life. A lot of people get mad saying, don't support it, don't do this. I'm like, well, I haven't read that series in a long time. I don't have to read it. I'm just interested in getting it again. So it's like, I don't know. What do you want me to do? So, no, don't support it. Alright, then what about, you know, like, people that are in school that have those in their libraries? Or at the public library? What about that? Like, tell me where she got like rid of those like 100% completely or something? Because like, I genuinely do not know. Because I feel like it's never ending and never winning, right? For both sides. So it's like, well, I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on God, you know? And that's how I feel like we should be. We should focus on God. Now, like I said, I'm just going to live life and just do what God tells me to do and how I should do it. So, yeah. Like I said, I don't know. Like I said, for certain topics, certain conversations, certain politics, I don't know. It's nice to care, but you gotta remember we should be focusing on what God says. Well, at least I'm doing better now. I can feel. So yeah, like I said, after knowing that, my life did not change. Now, for example, I don't have any Harry Potter stuff. I don't like I used to, not anymore. I was interested in getting it, just because I was interested. And it's like, well, no, it didn't change. It didn't change my life. It didn't change my perspective. I'm still living life, God, you know. So that's why I feel like, hey, we shouldn't be arguing on this. We should be focusing on God. Although people are gonna say different things, have arguments. I was like, well, see, we're idolizing something that's not living from God or for God. Like, well, does God want you? Think that's gonna save souls? Probably not. So, like I said, even when it comes to certain topics like this, it's nice to care, but I feel like we're just idolizing this as if, hey, my life's over now because of this. Is it though? You were able to wake up today. You're able to breathe, not be in a hospital. Like, for example, you could have been having a broken leg, or different parts of the country who don't have what you have, and you're complaining about a book. And people who could have actually wanted to have that book. Or, like, for example, I know that there is a lot of stuff going on of protesting because of DEI. And people saying, let's stop shopping at Walmart, Target, and a lot of other stores, right? Like, I know this type of stuff because I hear about it at work and stuff. But it's like, well, think about it. Some people can't afford the places you're telling them to go. So are you going to treat them as bad people because of that? Or are you going to, like, I don't get it. Like, I understand your reasoning. I understand. I really do. I have family who got fired because of DEI, you know? So it's not like I'm not, like, a victim. Or, like, I don't understand, right? If my family got fired because of DEI, but it's like, well, they didn't really, like, are protesting and all that. They're still believing in God. You know, we're all Christians in our family. We still have hope. they lost their job, but they are thankful that they are still alive. They still have their home. They have their apartment. They're not homeless. They're not worried about that. They can get another job, and they have got another job. So even though it has affected them, they're still not going to let that interfere with their life. They're still going to believe in God. They're going to have faith. Yeah, I lost my job for a certain reason. Other than that, I'm still alive. I'm still alive. You should not look into it as a negative and make a negative into another negative by making the thing negative, you know? Hopefully I can make it to the point. Gotta stay on point. There should be up here, yep. There we go. But yeah, like I said, just even though you have the reasonings for it, you shouldn't let that stop. Because like I said, I have a Costco membership, but I cannot afford Costco every time. It's only for bulk stuff, like actual bulk stuff, because I have a small family. Like I live with my parents still, right? So it's like, well, I could, I can't. I gotta make ends meet. Even though everything in the world is like going wrong right now, don't focus on that. Focus on what you can. I have been blessed that I can shop at Walmart and afford groceries. Even though it may not be the best right now when it comes to worldly stuff, I still have groceries. I have money for food. I have a job for food. Doesn't matter if it's a bad company or not. I still am blessed that I am able to be here today to talk my story I'm talking to you all about, right? But like, hey, even though it may not seem best, it's okay. And just focus on God. Yes, we should see what the world is not doing good, but focus on God. Focus on the world, and everything will be... No, focus on God before the world, and everything will be just fine. Because remember, when Moses took the Egyptians out, they complained during good times, they complained during bad times. You complain traveling. Alright, let me give you this, and you were thankful. You got everything you wanted, then you got back to normal, and you hated it, right? So until you were getting nothing but blessings, you're going to complain. So, for example, even though if everything that's happening in this world right now, and you should care because it's our home, once you fix that problem, once you did the way you wanted to do it because of a worldly way, then what? What happens? If you got your stuff fixed, you got exactly what you wanted, the way you wanted it, now what? You're going to live life the way you were living before this? During this? I'm not sure. Because it's just worldly things that you're focusing on versus spiritual things that we should be focusing on God. So even though a lot of stuff has happened to me, I'm not gonna lose faith. Whatever's happening in the world, that's the world. I am caring about it to the best of my ability, but I'm mostly focusing on God before everything else. So I recommend, as a Christian, to pray to God, read the Bible, and everything else. But I do appreciate watching this video. If you have, if not, it's quite alright. And like I said, I'm sorry if I triggered some of y'all. I was offensive. Like I said, I did not mean to offend anybody in any way, shape, or form. And I apologize if I did. I'm sorry. But this is my point of view when it comes to Christianity in the world. But I do thank you for your time. Thank you for watching today's video. And have a blessed day, everybody.